And now it's time for Lighten Up with Bob Leonard.
Words come with pictures. When a word is spoken, in order to understand its meaning, we see it in our mind's eye, and that image explains the speaker's intent so that we know how to react. When you hear the word house, for example, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I'm going to venture an educated guess and say, probably real estate. Even though this is a very subjective question, I suppose there are any number of correct answers. That's why I confused myself when logic refused to prevail, and my first thought was reggae music. Pretty convoluted, huh? Let me attempt to explain. As a rock and roll disc jockey for many years, one begins to think in terms of the music one has played on a daily basis for all that time. You start to see the world in song titles and lyrics. So, when someone says houses, my first thought is Houses of the Holy. That's the 1973 Led Zeppelin album with the song Dire Maker, or Jamaica as they pronounced it in English, thus reggae music. Dionne Warwick slipped into my head as well as I began to sing, thankfully to myself, A House Is Not a Home. Perhaps now that I've brought it up, you're hearing a song too. It could be Brick House by the Commodores or John Cougar Mellencamp's Pink Houses. My wife just yelled to me that it's time for breakfast. When you just heard the word breakfast, I'll bet you saw bacon, eggs, toast, and juice. I went on YouTube because I suddenly got the urge to hear some Supertramp. I'm Bob Leonard. Follow me on Twitter at Bob Leonard Radio, and join me at Bob Leonard Radio on Facebook.